Hey everyone, MTashed here, and since the start of Genshin Impact, I have made countless guides and tips and tricks, and other content creators have been preaching the same thing as me. Focus on just a couple of main DPS characters that can carry you. They're going to be on the field the majority of the time doing damage, and you can kind of sleep on the other ones because this character is just going to be cracked and destroying everything, hyper carrying your account. If you try to level up everyone's going to suck. There's not going to be enough weapon materials, there's not enough talent books in the game to level up everyone. But at some point, there's a thing called over-investing. And if you look at my D-Luke here, with maxed out talents, that's a lot of materials! And maybe you're doing this to your account when you could get a lot bigger gains spending a fraction of the resin, a fraction of the resources, leveling up a couple of different supports that would take your account further. I want to talk about that transition from focusing on just a couple of characters to rounding out your team and getting a lot of bang for your buck. I want to talk about experience books, talent books, artifacts, the whole shebang. And it's going to make your account much, much stronger. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, a free-to-play RPG game that you can get on your phone, on your PC, take on dungeons, take on bosses, and other people in PvP. There are multiple factions in Raid Shadow Legends, such as the Banner Lords. These are basically medieval knights from a massive kingdom in the west of Teleria. They're arrogant and warlike and believe themselves to be the good guys, but they're constantly at war with the Skinwalkers, the Orcs, and the Lizardmen. They take land by force, and their day of reckoning may be coming. Now, there are a bunch of different Banner Lords, but I recently got Archmage Helmet, and this guy has absolutely carried my team in the faction wars. And my boy Stag Knight also is kind of OP. Raid just had a massive update where they added hundreds of new quests, as well as a legendary champion at the end. If you can get there, it's gonna be tough. There's also an event going on right now to earn Rule the Huntsmaster for free. They also added 5 more difficult levels to the dungeons to get better rewards. And they're always updating the game and adding cool features like the Doom Tower, which has a ton of floors. This is my favorite activity in the entire game. So what are you waiting for? It's time to click that link down below and help out the Tashman. By clicking the link and downloading Raid Shadow Legends for free, you can really help me out. Thank you so much, and let's get back into the content. So I have hyper invested in my D-Luke. I know that I'm not going to replace him anytime soon because I'm a free-to-play player. I only get so many 5 stars. And so I've chosen to put all my eggs in one basket here, and I've triple crowned him. This is millions of Mora. This is so many freaking books. The amount of resin needed to do this is insanity. And if I was to take these to like level 7 and 8, maybe level 8, let's say, is a pretty good amount. That's, you know, some investment in some boss materials. He's going to be hitting much harder at level 10. Absolutely. Maxed out and crowned. Absolutely. It's more damage. But if I was to take all of those resources, I could probably, you know, level up a bunch of these supports, like my Bennett, with absolutely no investment here. I'd be able to level these up. It's like 25,000 Mora, a couple of books. It's easy. This one here, level 6 to level 7, it's 120,000 Mora. I'd be able to take multiple characters and get levels on them for the cost of 1 level up on my D-Luke. And you have to consider, when you're getting attack bonus percentages and getting extra healing, some of these support characters that you're using, they're going to be bringing a lot of value and damage to your account as well. If I was to level up Bennett 4 or 5 times on this ability, it would probably make up or trump the damage I would get from 1 talent upgrade on my D-Luke. And so if you're in these situations where your support characters have level 2 and level 3 abilities, get those things up to level 6 and 7. Get them to level 6 minimum, because that is so much percentage growth on them for a very limited cost. Before you even consider crowning a character, you should look at the amount of Mora that you're spending to do that and some other characters that you might be able to level up and make stronger, right? The other thing too is, if you look at my D-Luke here, he's level 89. I understand you probably shouldn't take any character beyond level 80. The reason why is the stats you get are tiny. We're talking like 30 attack, like 30 HP or defense, and maybe like 1,000 HP. But the amount of books it takes to get from 80 to 90 is insanity. Look at this. Am I going to level my Bennett here? Or I'm not actually going to level him up. I'm not wasting the books. Look at this. Going to 89 is like 140 something books. 150 books. to get him 9 levels and a fractional upgrade, but also almost 600,000 Mora to do this. You could take these same books and level a character to like 60. How many books? Let's just for instance, from 60 to 70. Let's see how many books it is. 60. I could get 3 characters from 60 to 70 on that same amount of books. That's insanity. I mean, not quite. A little bit less, but like, that's insanity. And it's only 240,000 Mora. And so at some point you have to realize that spending weeks and weeks and weeks trying to get 2% more crit damage it's not going to happen, for one. It's not going to happen. It's going to take forever to replace this. But number 2, all of that resin, you could have got another character up to level 80. You could have got a weapon up. How many weeks have I spent neglecting this weapon? It's not the best weapon. I know that. I know that. But how many weeks have I spent neglecting this weapon? How long have I spent neglecting my Bennett when I could have just leveled him up? I could have spent some resources on him and made him much stronger for my team. He is absolutely pathetic compared to where he could be. And one of the biggest for my account was Zhongli. I finally really started investing in this. I've got some really good shields with Dominus Lapidus. I actually ended up crowning one of my support characters because I realized it kind of hits hard and I want more petrification duration, but I put some time into getting some artifacts. And listen, boys, it doesn't have to be perfect. I Zhongli, every time I stream, people say, whoa, you're doing 110,000 damage with your Q. What is your build? This is my build. It is a mixed set. It is a mixed set. It doesn't even have a 4-piece bonus. And he hits like a truck. Because I've got a bunch of different things with some geo and crit damage, but I've invested, getting some decent artifacts on him finally. Before, his artifacts was like this. That was his artifact. He's like, he's running around with this thing. And I expected him to do some damage. I expected him to do anything. I had so many different supports like this. Honestly, if I go like this, look at Mona. Just look at my Mona. Let's look at my Diona. God damn, they're not even upgraded. I know that you want a cracked DPS, but when you get a 4-piece set and some decent crit damage, when you've leveled up their weapon, if you've got their talents in level 7s and 8s, you're probably doing pretty good. Someone like this Ganyu, I would say this Ganyu here is like super maxed. Like this is super maxed out for the most part. I've already got a crown used. This one's at 9. You have to look at, this is a lot of boss materials that you're using in Mora. She could crush stuff 3 upgrades ago, 4 upgrades ago. But unfortunately, I would switch to some of my healers and they'd get 1 banged. Their shields would do nothing. They'd be absolutely pathetic because I haven't put enough resources into them. And once you do have those upgrades, I think it's time around that level 7 and 8 that you can consider branching out. Honestly, I would take them to level 80 at max, and then you can start leveling them up. And your supports don't have to be super, super high level or anything, but if you can farm yourself a Noblesse set, this is boosting the attack of your main DPS. Even if it's shit, even if it's not leveled up, getting a couple of these support sets is going to go a long way on your account. It is going to be an absolute game changer. And so I wanted to make this video as kind of a shout out to the supports because they do bring a lot of damage, they do bring a lot of value, but when they have stuff like this going on, or when you have someone like Bennett whose talent is literally boosting up the attack percentage of your teammates or healing them, if you neglect them too long, that's a mistake. More than anything else, in my opinion. It's been 6 months, and I feel like people have taken those guides from the past so literally that they've never branched out and they've never gotten the rest of their team ready. And maybe I should have made a video like this sooner. Guys, it's okay to level other characters, maybe just not when you're AR 20 and throwing a bunch of resources into everything you see. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the link down below and download Raid today. It really helps me out if you download the game. Like, seriously, guys, the more people that download it, it leads to more sponsorships. It pays the bills on the mortgage and for my wife and son. I don't. Thanks. That's it for me. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.